My dear students, let us begin with the new chapter called Data File Handling. So this is the last chapter in the C++. Let us begin with the contents that we are going to introduce in this chapter. That is bird's eye view. That's a topic we are going to cover. Is the introduction, classes for file operations, different types of operations that we can perform on the files, types of files, how to open a file, modes of opening a file, and file manipulator concept. So this is how the contents will be looking like. Then talking about the blueprint of this chapter, the chapter number 12, data file handling, is totally dedicated with 5 marks, 1 2-mark question, which will be question number 15, 99% in the annual examination and the supplementary examination. 1 3-mark question, which will be question number 23. Okay, totally makes up 5 marks. So every year paper, when you see, the 99% of the question number 15 will be dedicated to the data file handling, and 23 question will be dedicated to the data file handling. That is totally of 5 marks. In the introduction, because the chapter name is data file handling, first we need to know what is data and then what is file, and then what are the different things to handle this file handling mechanism in C++. So beginning with the data, as you have already studied in database management system, a data is a collection of raw facts, figures, statistics, etc. that is given to the computer to be processed. When the data is being processed, or the raw facts or figures are being processed, they are arranged into some meaningful format that we will call it as information. The information or the data that is stored under specific name. Now what we are talking about, information is already there or data is already there, but we want to store it somewhere. Okay, under some specific name. Let us consider it as a folder or a Word file or somewhere on a storage device is called as a file. So what is file actually? The information or the data stored under specific name is on the storage device is called as the file. The file can store, that is, it can store data and the information permanently for the future use. Now what is the requirement of the file? The requirement of the file is to store the data permanently for future references. Okay. Now files are being operated by the help of something called a stream. Now what is a stream with respect to the programming C++? The stream, which are sequence of bytes, sequence means one after another, collection of bytes flowing in, okay, coming into the computer or flowing out of the programs. Okay, just like the water and the oil flowing through a pipe, which is flowing in and out of the pipe, okay, is called as the stream. Here we will not be referring to water and fluid or oil. We will be referring to the flowing of bytes flowing in and bytes flowing out of the program is called as the stream. Now if it is flowing in, we will call it as input stream, and if it is flowing out, we will call it as output stream. So let us take the review of input stream and the output stream. The input stream, the data bytes, that is a collection of zeros and ones, flow from an input source such as keyboard, file or other programs into the program is called as input stream. So it is called as input stream. The bytes which are flowing in to the program from the source, that is input source to the program, is called as the input stream. Now what is output stream? The data bytes that are flowing from the program. In the input stream, from the input source to the program in the output stream from the program to the output string, such as consoles, file, networking from one computer to the another computer, from one program to the another program, etc. So that's what we spoke about the introduction, that is consisting of stream. So we said from the input source such like keyboard, files and all that, the flow will be to the program, that is called as the input stream. If the flow is from the program towards the output sink, that is console, files, network or other program, we will call it as output stream. To perform this stream operation onto the file, we have a header file called as fstream.h, okay, which is file stream can be performing input stream operation and output stream operation. Both the operations can be handled by the fstream.h. So fstream is a header file of C++ standard library. So that is included in the including of the preprocessor directives, which is used to implement either input or output operations. Okay, so fstream will perform input and output operation both on the files. Okay, let us take a recap of how the data will be moving in the input and the output stream, that is IO stream. I stands for input, O stands for output, IO stream. Now first we will consider from the input stream. From the input stream, whatever I enter, the data that has been inputted will go to the memory first. That is, the input stream will be connected to the program. That what you see, input stream is connected to the program. The program can give the output, or you can say when I give some input, that will be stored into the temporary memory, that is called as the RAM. Then it will move to the file. Okay, that is read data from the file will be done from the disk. So if I am writing the data, memory to file concept will be there. That is nothing but the output of the IO stream. That is how the programs are linked from the input or from the output depending upon the data that they are giving. Okay, it comes in or goes out from the program, that is input and output. The most important thing that we are going to discuss is file stream operations. Now stream, as you know, there are two types of stream, input stream and output stream. Basically they are going to perform either input operation or output operation. There are certain classes on which we have to concentrate to perform the file operation or the stream operation. The files are file buff. Now buff stands for buffer. Buffer means what? Buffer is a temporary area of memory where a certain portion of information or the data can be stored temporarily for user to read or write. Okay, so it sets the file buffer to read and write purpose. So temporary intermediate memory area where reading and writing operations has to take place. Then we have fstream base. The fstream base, it provides the facilities for file operations, which consist of two functions. One is the open function, the another is a close function, which is a member of the class called fstream base. This is a base for fstream, ifstream and ofstream, that is if and off stream. What do you mean by base? Now we have already studied the concept of inheritance. In the concept of inheritance, we had base class and the derived class, isn't it? So what is the base class? The base class is a class whose properties are inherited. The derived class is a class which inherits the property. So the off stream, the if stream and the f stream inherits the property from the base class that is called as f stream base. It is a base for, or it is a parent of f stream, if stream and off stream class, which is available in the data file handling. The next class that is very much important with respect to the 2-mark question is if stream, that is if stream. It has certain functions. These functions are asked for 2 marks. Name the functions that are included under if stream. Name the functions that are included under OF stream, that is off stream. That is a 2-mark question. You have to name this, so it has been highlighted. So what is the purpose of if stream class? It is a stream that is used to read. So remember, if stands for I stands for read only. Okay, reading the data. Okay, input is reading, output is writing. O means output, I means input. So I stands for input, input means read. So all inputs that need to go will be moving through if stream or f stream. Okay, it is a stream that is used to read from the file. So it provides us input operations for the files. So it has the following member functions that are inherited. The first member function is get. We will discuss the functionalities or the purpose of this all functions in the later session. So get line, read, seek G and tell G are the functions that are inherited from the I stream, that is input stream class. So you may get a question, what are the member functions that are available in the if stream? So you need to tell get line, read, seek G and tell G are the member functions. Now off stream, as I told you, off stream is used for writing on the file, or writing on the file can also be available by f stream. So if and off operation can be performed, that is reading and writing operation can also be performed by the f stream header file. So the off stream header file provides the output operation for the file, only output. Okay, so it has certain member functions that are inherited, that is put, write, seek G and tell P. You see the difference, G, P. Okay, that is the difference in the seek and tell. So it belongs to the O stream class. See, all these functions put, write, seek G and tell P, all these functions are belonging to the class called O stream. Now the final, that is f stream that we have discussed, f stream.h is the header file that is used for performing input and output operation both. So it is a stream class to both read and write, that is input and output from or to the files. So it provides support for simultaneous input and output operations simultaneously. That means, okay, at a time, sequentially it can be, okay, one after another. Input you can perform, after that you can perform output. So it inherits all the functions that are there in the I stream and the O stream, that is get line, okay, seek G, tell P, okay, put, all those functions, okay, are inherited into the f stream. So all those functions that we have discussed are inherited into the f stream header file. So the next class will have a look on the types of data files that we have in the data file handling mechanism in C++. Thank you.